Today, I want to talk about the U.S. healthcare industry. The U.S. has been going through a healthcare crisis for the last several years without anything being done. The U.S. has spent a higher percentage of its GDP than other industrialized countries on healthcare, yet its citizens are not healthier as compared with the other countries. Besides, the coverage is not total. There are over 46 million people remain uninsured medically. The reason is that there is a runaway cost inflation in the healthcare industry, and this is pricing out the middle class. So in this video, we're going to talk about the causes for this cost inflation. First of all is the philosophy. Most Americans believe that the free market will fix everything if it is left alone. Well, this is usually true, but healthcare is not the same as other products or services like cell phones or others. The healthcare market, in fact, is not actually a free market. The reasons are there's a lack of competition in the healthcare industry. Secondly, there's a lack of information in the healthcare industry. And also, there exists quite a few special interest groups which are very powerful. And what are these special interest groups? They are the drug companies, the insurance companies, the hospitals, and the lawyers. So let's talk about each of these. Drug companies and other medical technology companies, they are the most profitable, as evidenced by their huge dividends paid to their shareholders every quarter. Why they are so profitable? Because their products are protected by a 5-year patent. So within this period, they can charge a high price for their products. And only after this period, then we can have the generic drugs coming in, which can compete with their products after 5 years. And because they are very flushed with cash, they are most powerful. They have a lot of friends in the US Congress. We can see this as evidence by the passage of the prescription drugs for seniors a few years ago by the Bush administration. It specifically forbids the government to negotiate lower prices for the drugs that the government buys. So when you think about this legislation, you can see the unfairness of this legislation in favor of the drug companies. The second group is the insurance companies. They are, in fact, the most powerful middlemen. They collect premiums from the you and me, from the ordinary people, but they can deny payment for whatever reasons that they think fit. The existence of insurance companies in the healthcare business destroys the traditional relationship between doctor and patient. Because when the insurance company pays for your healthcare, there is no responsibility involved. The patient wants to get the most service because he's not paying for it. The doctor wants to give the most service because they want to please the patient and they want to maximize their sales. So whenever a third party pays, we know that there is no responsibility. Now we come to the hospitals. Most of the hospitals in the US operate for profit. If that's the case, they have a tendency to charge higher prices because they want to earn more money. So the result is that they will encourage their doctors to prescribe more tests, more drugs, more expensive procedures, because it's not the patient who pay, it's the insurance companies. So that goes back to what I said, there is no responsibility between the care providers and the consumers, as long as the insurance is paying for it. And the insurance company is doing a very tough job trying to cut costs at both ends. Now, some hospitals are offering their own insurance, and they call that managed care plan. In other words, hospitals also become the insurance agents. And if you are a hospital who are doing the insurance, what you do is that you try to keep out and delay the patients. So you have to employ the keep out and delay tactics to cut costs. In that way, you can still make profit. What about the doctors and the specialists? In the US, there are few private practice doctors because of the overhead costs. So most of them work in a hospital, and when they work in a hospital with managed care, they are hampered and frustrated by the hospital managers, because the managers, their job is to intervene, to cut. There's another group, very powerful group, the trial lawyers. They try to help the victims, the consumers, if they see malpractice or a drug being used which brings very bad side effects, and they help the victims to sue for millions, while they are taking the biggest slice of any compensation that is being paid. So on the surface, they are helping the consumers, but actually, when the case is being won, they take the biggest slice of the compensation. And this also helps to push up costs for malpractice insurance. Now, the government operates 4 different kinds of plans. There is Medicare for low-income seniors. There is Medicaid, which is used to subsidize state governments for their own healthcare plans for the poor. And the government also operates military hospitals for military personnel and veterans. And because there are many hundreds of thousands of people employed in the federal government, so the federal government also have healthcare plans for federal employees. So you can see that this system is a very complicated man-made system that has been developed through the years. And the result is that it has caused price inflation, cost inflation for the healthcare industry. And the conclusion is that it's very hard to fix this problem unless you can break the inflation spiral.
Understand me now. Sometimes I feel a little mad, but don't you know that no one alive can always be an angel? When things go wrong, I seem to be bad. I'm just a soul whose intentions are good. Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood. Sometimes I'm so carefree with a joy that's hard to hide. And sometimes it seems that all I have to do is worry, and then you're bound to see my other side. But I'm just a soul whose intentions are good. Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood. If I seem edgy, I want you to know that I never mean to take it out on you. Life has its problems, and I get my share. And that's one thing I never mean to do, 'cause I love have thoughts like any other one. Sometimes I find myself alone regretting some foolish thing, some little sinful thing I've done. I'm just a soul whose intentions are good. Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood.